Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Jester Plays Divine Basics. We're gonna do an Azazel run this time. Um, I wanna say, yesterday I uploaded my first, actual gameplay. I know that I say in these videos that I play this game, but I don't, I mean I do, but the actual purpose of it is just to talk over the video. So I wanted to I wanted to do something different. I don't want you guys to always be, I don't know, to give some variety to the channel, to give you actual gameplay of it. So if you are interested in actually knowing secrets and knowing what this game is about and why I'm shooting these fires, um, just go over there. It's I'm gonna try to release them a few times a week, just so you guys have more to see. And I also have more stuff coming up on the docket, so just don't worry, I'll be there soonish. I just need to get some. I just need to prepare them a little bit more. So don't worry, I'll promise there'll be more variety on the channel. But yeah, continuing the topic that I was talking about yesterday. I'm gonna. I feel like it's a logical step to be. We're gonna go from movies to cartoons because I remember when I was a kid getting up really early. All my life, I had issues with sleeping, so I always woke up early in the mornings. Like early. Like if you're a 12-year-old guy, you shouldn't be waking up at 4 a.m. to watch infomercials on TV. And that's what I did, and it was fun. I remember watching these videos about. Oh, that's a lot of money. These videos about, I don't know, this incredible shopping vacuum or whatever. You put some liquid on your clothing and no water can pass through. But other than that, after that, it was the morning cartoons that I was excited to go see. I I remember Disney had a TV slot on the mornings on the channel that I used to watch. I didn't have the Disney Channel or something like that. I just had Open TV, and we didn't have cable. Well, while I was growing up, we just didn't have it. So I watched a lot of Disney back in my day. I remember 5:30 because I live in the Pacific coast. So all the TV that they make here in Mexico is they do Central. So the the cartoons started way in the morning. Like I remember it was 5 a.m. and that's when Goofy came out. Goofy was one of the first ones, and then you have Recess, you have Timon and Pumbaa, you had all these different Duke, Pepper Ann. I don't know, there was a lot of cartoons that I used to watch. So that's what I want to talk now. I mean, I remember I got tricked into watching anime because they used that was the mornings, and in the afternoon I watched The Simpsons. I watched what else did I watch? I watched Dragon Ball Z. I watched Futurama. Those were my afternoon cartoons. So, like I said, I got tricked into watching anime because back then anime wasn't as popular as it is right now. To me, it was just cartoons. It was there was no difference between one and the other, and I had fun. I mean, I remember that since it was like just open TV, sometimes you would just wake up, wake up. Go watch the Dragon Ball Z is a continuous show, so you were in the middle of a fight, and then I don't know if they ran out of episodes to air or something like that, but they will just start over. You will just start at the beginning. And I was like, no, I wanted to see the next chapter, and they're like, I don't know, maybe like voice acting wasn't as fast as it is now. I remember movies used to take about 2 years, from like a year to 2 years, to be brought from the US to here. So that was fun. And you have to wait for the VHS to come out. Like I said, most of my childhood was just watching cartoons, movies. I mean, they're movies, but they're cartoon animated movies. And we used to do that. We used to wait a lot of time for they to come out from the movies to where we were now. Because we didn't, back in my day, we didn't used to go to the movies a lot. I remember going to a few. I remember I watched Hercules on theaters. That was fun. I watched Shanghai Kid in the movies, which was so fun. And that was actually a funny story, because I was supposed to, I don't remember how, but I think the radio or something, we won some tickets to go see the movie Dinosaur back in the day. And when we got to the movies, they say that they weren't showing that movie anymore, but they still they still like respected the contest, so they were like, just pick another movie to watch and you can go see it. And since we were there, and we were already there, we chose to watch Shanghai Kid, which was a really good movie. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, that's a good question for the comments. Like, what was the first movie that you guys watch in movies on a movie theater? That would be fun to know, because you never know which one it is. I remember watching Atlantis in the movies, which was a fun movie. I watched Monsters Inc. in the movies, and I'm talking about like years apart. Like right now, it's since I'm an adult, allegedly. It's really easy to just decide to go to the movies and watch something, and I think it's more affordable now to go. I mean, it's not that bad. Only the popcorn and only the food is expensive in there. But yeah, let me know what is the first movie that you remember watching on theaters. I would like to know that. But cartoons also. I remember the Saturday morning cartoons were a thing. I believe in the US also it's also a thing that in the morning kids, television has cartoons, so they can get that young audience. And what kind of shows do you watch? Because I remember I used to watch some like younger people cartoons back in the day, because that was on TV. That was like Clifford the Red Dog, and I was in English. That wasn't actually in Spanish, but I watched it. I was like, okay, that's something on TV. I was bored. I didn't really have nothing to do. I didn't have my first like console, like to play video games and stuff, until I was like, I don't know, maybe 10. I don't really remember the exact date, but I believe it was around 10. And I had to do something, and I used to watch just movies and cartoons all day, which kind of explains what I am now. I was the second child, so and me and my brothers and sisters are a little bit apart, so I just hang out on my own and play video games and watch cartoons and watch movies, which was fine. I doesn't mean that I didn't go outside, but it was cool. What else did I watch as a kid? One of the things that I remember from my childhood and watching TV and stuff was when you, like, right now, the movies are basically, you watch them on Netflix and stuff, but back in the day you used to wait for them to be on free TV, and I remember that they took a lot of time because it was on theaters for, I don't know, maybe 3 months, something like that, and then you had to wait for it to come to DVD or VHS, depending on how old you are, and then you had to wait for they had to wait for it to come on TV, on actual TV, and that took like 2 or 3 years. And if it was a movie, like the most recent example that I can remember is Deadpool. Like, if you wanted to see Deadpool on free TV, there's a lot of stuff that they're gonna have to cut out, or else they can't show that on TV.
One makes you small.
That's a lot of money. But yeah, I remember Titanic was one of the big releases when I was young. Like the TV station was so pumped that they managed to land Titanic for them, because it was a war back then. Like, if a TV station got the rights to something, the other one, you know that you were not gonna watch it on the other one. They were really competitive in that way. Like, give me 1 second now. This boss is kind of difficult. So, 1 second, I'll be back with this. Okay, yeah. Back in the day, they were really, like, special and needy. Needy? I don't know. Competitive is the word. And yeah, so they got the movie, and then they will just, after some time, they will just like, okay, now we're gonna pass it every week, because they had to fill a lot of time on television. Like, you have to at least 24 hours. Well, back then it wasn't that much. Back then I remember there was a time between, I don't know, maybe 11 a.m. and
Puberty.
yeah, it was something like from 11 a.m. to 3 or 4 in the morning that there was nothing on TV. They would just like blank the connection, and you will give it back sometime in the morning. That's when the infomercials started, so it's full cycle. Yeah, it was fun. I don't watch TV anymore. I mean, it's mostly because, I don't know, if you watch the movies, it's kinda, and if you watch TV, it's kinda depressing now. Most of the stories that they have are, I don't know, kinda sad and depressing. So I decided to just don't watch them anymore. And the advent of Netflix and all those streaming devices and sites is like, okay, you don't have to watch commercials. Like, that's one of the reasons why YouTube Premium is so one of the greatest things that people have invented, because I don't need to watch commercials. It's so cool, and that's what you pay when you are when you buy Netflix, when you buy HBO Max, or I think it's just called Max now. You get the privilege of not having to watch ads anymore, which is a good bad thing, because I do remember when I was a kid that I liked watching commercials. It was a fun thing to do, because I even remember that they released one of those a TV show where they used to show old or different commercials from all over the world, and I like that. I think that's a fun thing to do. You get a chance to go to the bathroom and stuff. I know you can do that while you just pause Netflix and you don't need to do that. Oh, and also one of the things that changed how we watch TV was, I think I'm gonna name this episode TV instead of cartoons, just because I just ramble off with a different kind of topics. It's not only about cartoons, it's also about TV in general and how it changed through the years. But yeah,
Two of diamonds.
TV has been one of the things that really changed TV as well was the TiVo, the ability to record shows, or like program and record those shows. Back in my day, you just had to buy a VHS, connect it to your TV, or connect your TV to the VHS, and then tape over it. I remember I used to do that. It was so bad. It was so inefficient, and the quality was really bad. And then you just watch them after. You can, I know you can't legally record like a game, like a football game, but you will still do it. I don't want to hear anything. I know that people do it. And that's also one of the things that prompted the piracy kind of era. I do remember when going to the flea market and they just selling a bootleg copy of Shrek that they recorded straight up from the movie theater, and it was just like a black, like you can see the people passing in front of the camera, and they will just put subtitles in front of it. Those were the days, man. I'm sitting here talking about it, and I'm just remember the nostalgia of going to the market or watching a really bad bootlegged copy of Shrek 2. I think Shrek 1. It was really dark, it was really bad quality. I get now that I wasn't supposed to do that, but I was a kid back then. I didn't have money. I mean, that has changed a lot, but I'm not a kid anymore. Let's check this. What else? I remember a funny story about TiVo. I used to work on a call center, so one of the calls that I got was from this lady, and straight up from training they told us that each recording device it was married to the hard drives. That means that you cannot just replace it. if you cannot just replace the... Oh, what is this? Damage shop. What was I saying? I got lost with in the new item. Yeah, if the hard drive fails, you cannot use it anymore. It's useless. It doesn't. It will not save your movies to the cloud or something like that. It will just stop working. So I got a call from this lady. She was like screaming. She was out of her mind, and she was saying like, "We got this new." I guess someone changed her DVR, and she was like, "We changed our DVR, and now all the shows that I have are not there." And she was like screaming at the top of her lungs for me to fix it, and I knew there was nothing that I could do because it's over. And I know that they told us that a lot of people were like, you know what? I had my, I don't know, some really big important event of their family. I don't know, maybe his son appeared on TV on that day and she recorded it. But unfortunately, when you get it, they told you this. They told you that if it breaks, it's not forever. It's just that you can watch a show, and it's like I said, like it's not a bolt. It's not a something that you get to store programs. Basically, is what they told us. It's just you're gonna watch a game, okay? You record it, you watch it later, and then erase it. But most people use it as a, I don't know, like an album. I don't know how to equate it to another thing. Just a memory bank, like a photo album, and they used to, and they just store things there, so to keep it forever. And that's not the main purpose. That's not the purpose that I used to work at Verizon. That's not the purpose that Verizon wanted for their DVRs. So we just have to explain it, and she was so mad, and that her husband actually, or I don't know if it was, I think he said that it was his wife, had to get on the phone and apologize for her to me for screaming. And it was a wild ride. I have a lot of stories. Maybe tomorrow episode will be about my call center experience. And all the stories that I have. But for now, thank you for watching. I'll be back tomorrow with more stories about my call center life. And expect another gameplay episode tomorrow. Alright, thank you for watching. And I'll be back tomorrow.